What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today and for the next couple of days we're going to be playing some viewer submitted decks. Now, I don't want anybody to get offended because I've had a lot of decks submitted and I've played a lot of viewer submitted decks. And here's the thing, if the deck is too meta, I probably won't play it, not gonna lie. If it's too controlling, some of those decks I don't really play. B, did I say A? Nonetheless, B, if I've already played a deck very similar to it, so I think I had a Death Touch deck submitted to me, I do need to still load it up and try it out. However, I probably won't be showcasing it because it's a niche deck that I've already covered very recently. Now, when the next set drops, can I take another look at Death Touch? Hell yeah, definitely will. But as far as this set goes, I don't remember how far down it is, but oh, there it is. Okay, so yeah, not too long ago did the Death Touch deck. So enough of backstory, I guess. Today we're going to be playing J. Cole's Krenko Proliferate deck. Now, he didn't specifically submit this deck. However, he said I could go to his Stream Decker, I believe is what it's called, the extension for Twitch, nonetheless, and just pick one that I liked. So this is the one that I came to fancy the most, we'll say. And it's pretty simple and straightforward with its name. We're going to be playing Krenko and trying to proliferate him up, get him big, and get out some gobos and just smash face, really. So yeah, those of you that have been on the channel for a while have probably seen J. Cole down in the comments. He's been following and supporting the channel for forever now, because it feels like we've been going for forever now. But yeah, huge fan of the channel, and I'm a huge fan of his. He does do his own Twitch and his own YouTube, and he's still, still getting there and still learning the ropes. Luckily enough, I've had 9 years of troubleshooting and learning the ropes to get to where I am today. He's just now starting out, so everybody should, definitely go check him out and try to give him some support and give him some tips. If you feel like the audio should be adjusted, or if you feel like this would help him, by all means, go. He appreciates the added input, we'll say. So, nonetheless, enough talking. We're gonna hop into the deck tech or deck breakdown. But before we do, if any of you enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like down below and a comment in the comment section for any ways that this deck could be changed a little bit. Or if you have any suggestions for past decks or future decks, also leave those down below. Furthermore, if you're new here, consider subscribing. We try to play fun decks and just have fun with Magic instead of trying to go super competitive. As I've said before, there's probably plenty of competitive Magic players out there. I'm just not that competitive of a guy. I'd rather focus on having fun. So yeah, also we've been partnering with tcgplayer.com, so anybody looking to support the channel, go over there, use the promo code the new Dr. Spilligan, and all proceeds help go towards the channel. So, kicking us off, we have 3 copies of Shock, 2 copies of Arboreal Grazer. Obviously, Arboreal Grazer's in here to help us ramp a little bit. Shock's in here to help deal with some enemy creatures or to help finish off our opponent, as well as with the Lightning Strike. Pretty much the same concept, just 1 more mana, 1 more damage. Incubation Druid in here to help us ramp. Pollenbright's in here to help us either A, proliferate, or we can have the cool little combo of putting the +1/+1 counter on Incubation Druid. We have Merfolk Skydiver, which works kind of like Pollenbright Druid, except it gets both effects just with a prolonged proliferate effect, if that makes sense. So when it enters the battlefield, we're going to put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature we control. And then for 5 mana, we can proliferate everything that already has a counter. We have 2 copies of Simic Ascendancy for either A, an alt win con, or B, to start off our proliferate chains. And I do want to go ahead and say this, I didn't have all the cards, so I have edited the deck, so this isn't the original. I will leave the link to the original down in the description below, so be sure to go check that out. So yeah, 3 copies of Flux Chandler to help us proliferate, 4 copies of Krenko, as it is sort of the name of the deck, and should definitely be the face of the deck, right? 3 copies of Evolution Sage, again to help us proliferate, 2 copies of Jiang Yanggu to help us start a proliferation chain, 1 copies of Hadana's for a very similar effect to Jiang and all the rest aforementioned proliferate starters. Tamiyo's in here to help us look for cards or return cards from our graveyard. In Bolas' Clutches just helps us take something that we really don't want our opponent to have, but would be really sweet for us to have. I'm sorry, my English is not fantastic this morning. And then last but not least, we have Hydroid Krasis, 2 copies to help us gain some life, draw some cards, and get a big big jellyfish hydra beast in the sky, right? So we are going to be using the M20 card sleeves. I just recently pre-ordered it, and I feel like I should celebrate. So yeah, we're gonna hop right into some matches. Alrighty, here we are in a game 1 up against Papino or Pipino. I'm not sure. We're just gonna call him Pa for, or maybe Pino. How about that? Seems a bit iffy. We're gonna go ahead and mulligan it. Alright, that's a bit better. And yeah, I will take that land off the top, thank you very much, because that'll give us a turn to Krenko, which is fantastic, right? Anytime you can get down Krenko early, do it. It's fantastic. Some blue mana would be awesome as well to get our Merfolk Skydiver down the turn after. So let's hope they don't have something like, hell, I can't think of the name now. Moment of Craving, that would be bad. Seal Away would be bad. There's probably a lot of removal that hits my Krenko right now, to be completely honest. Drawing out a shock, not really what I wanted to see. Blue mana is actually what I was looking for there. So Krenko, survive please, por favor. Don't get sealed away, don't get shocked. Don't get Healing Grace. Okay. Alright, I mean that's fine. As long as it doesn't kill my Krenko, I'm perfectly okay with it, so. Now we wait for them to resolve. Okay, there we go. And next to damage, so they're not actually going to take any damage here, thanks to Healing Grace. So that's, I guess, good for them. Still looking for some blue mana. With Tamiyo, we could really start sifting through our deck, getting the cards we want, because either we hit them with our +1, or we minus her for 3. Ooh. Or we minus her for 3 to get something back like a Krenko. So we shall see. Hinterland Harbor. Yeah, that's actually exactly what I wanted. So 2 thumbs up for that. And we're just kinda act like that murder didn't happen, right? Get in for a little bit with the gobos that our Krenko did already create. And I gotta say I like these token goblins. They look awesome. Twilight Prophet, huh? So you're telling me you got a flyer. Well, what if, instead of playing Krenko, I play my Merfolk Skydiver and give her a counter? And we'll go ahead and plus Tamiyo. And what do we want? What do we want? What do we want? Maybe an Evolution Sage, right? We could go ahead and play her. No? Was that 4 lands in a row? Okay, no, there was Simic Ascendancy. But I say, holy hell. And, yeah, we're going to go with no attacks here. Now, we do still have a shock, so if they try to attack in with their Twilight Prophet, fantastic. We will block it and shock it. Hey, that rhymes, and I totally didn't mean for that to. Skymarch Bloodletter, that hurts. Literally, it hurts a little bit. I think we'll be alright, though. I am going to keep the shock up. Let's see, no attacks with the Twilight Prophet. Oh, they are. Okay, well, fantastic, yeah. We'll just do this one, because Twilight Prophet is a fantastic card, for those of you who don't know. Actually crazy. Oh no, don't have a combat trick. They got it. Well, Healing Grace. This is awkward. Alright, yeah, so that thing just dies. It is what it is. Hey, there's there's the Incubation Druid, literally the next card off the top. So, I guess that's just how life works sometimes. So we do have the Arboreal Grazer to block one of these creatures from Tamiyo. I don't think I really want to hit the Hydroid Krasis yet. If we play Krenko, maybe that discourages them from attacking? Maybe? We go ahead and plus up Tamiyo. And what are we looking for? What are we looking for here? Maybe, we're at 4 mana, 5 if we get down Incubation. Maybe just a Flux Chandler? I don't know. I mean, Hadana's Climb wouldn't be bad, actually. We only have one copy in the deck, though, so... Let's go for the Flux Chandler. Nope, didn't hit it. We hit an Arboreal Grazer and another copy of Simic Ascendancy. So that's all of our Simic Ascendancies actually in the graveyard now. So thankfully they aren't ascended yet, so Twilight Prophet hasn't really kicked online yet. It's whenever you get ascended that her value ramps, and it ramps hard. So I'm gonna try to figure out a way to deal with that. I need more land. Maybe playing the Incubation Druid was a better play that turn, because now they just don't attack with Champion of Dusk, and it does, well, it does everything they wanted it to in defending the... defeating the Krenko. I'm sorry, not defending. Defeating the Krenko. Okay, so Tamiyo still won't be dead next turn. I think we can go ahead and play both Incubations, and then next turn go for the big Hydroid, right? What are we looking for? I mean, Hadana's Climb would be fantastic. And then we hit the Flux Chandler and the Evolution Sage, the cards I've been looking for. Well, that's the way the cookie crumbles, so we'll just go ahead and pass it back to Mr. Pino here. Or Mrs. Pino. You know, I don't know their gender. Epicure of Blood. They're playing some big vampires. And Divest. Oh no. Oh, Tamiyo! You beautiful, beautiful lady. I completely forgot about her static effect because it usually doesn't really affect you, but it does here. It does here. So they are swinging in with quite a lot of threats, right? Let's just go ahead and block them all. Hey, there's the Hadana's Climb. That puts our Krenko to a 2-3 and then a 3-4 once he attacks. So still not big enough. Or we just go for the Krasis for 4, right? Yeah, I think Krasis for 4 is the smarter play. Don't worry, Hadana's Climb will be coming in, but this gives us 2 life, draws us 2 cards. There's a land. I wish that was a red land so we could get some shocking going on here. It is what it is, so... You know, I feel like at this point I'm just sort of discarding my deck, but we already have Hadana's Climb, Flux Chandler, Evolution Sage. I mean, a Flux Chandler wouldn't be bad. We couldn't play it along... Oh, yeah, we could. Okay, so let's go... No? We have Bolas's Clutches in the graveyard. That's good. That's really good. So no attacks. Yeah, with Bolas's, we could take their Twilight Prophet and have some fun, right? Let's see what else. We really need to minus Tamiyo. We keep plussing her, and I'm down to 29 cards and got a whole lot over here, right? A whole lot to choose from, so... Need to get that Proliferating on. I guess I could bring back a Flux Chandler. It's just I don't have any lands currently in hand for the Evolution Sage. If I'm correct, Scape Shift was in this deck, which, you know, obviously, hello, use Scape Shift. But I don't have Scape Shift, so, you know, it's a bit awkward. That's okay, though. I'm sure J. Cole pilots this deck a hell of a lot better than I do. There's the Evolution Sage. We still need a land to make it work. And Tamiyo's gone now, which is really unfortunate. See, we can play the Sage, Hadana's Climb, and Shock, so sure. And next, we can't afford to attack here, and we're about to start taking damage to the face. Oh, you know what I should have done there? I am a little bit slow up here. I should use Hadana's Climb on the Incubation Druid. That would allow me to play the Lightning Strike and the Shock which would have gotten rid of Twilight Prophet, Epicure, Champion of Dusk, you know, any of their big things. Oh well, you live and you learn. Maybe we'll do it next turn. Man, what is with me and these ROMs today? Alright, Skymarch, Bloodletter, Twilight Prophet, Paladin. Oh yeah, I mean, I guess I don't really have a good block for Paladin. Okay, so past the blockers, we'll go there with that. There with that. Now, do I save the shock and the lightning strike, or do I just go ahead and use the shock on the Paladin? Alright, let's go ahead and use it. Another evolution sage, you don't say. Well, we put another counter on Krenko. It goes up to a 3/4. And when we attack, it's a 4/5. But that's still not a difficult block, right? They just use one of their 4/4s and then all of their little 1/1s. This game is looking slim, looking a bit narrow. So yeah, let's go ahead and put a counter on the incubation. Next. No attacks in turn. There's so many choices here. I feel like I'm definitely not making the best of them. That's okay. Maybe I shouldn't have shocked out the Paladin. Maybe killing the Twilight was so much better value. Yeah, take it. I don't have any artifacts or creatures in hand. Just a lonely lightning strike. Now they do have Legion Lieutenant, which is pretty much our go-to lightning strike target, right? And let's do this before they even get to their attack phase, because they know we're doing it, we know we're doing it. There's no need in beating around the bush. Attacks with those two, the Healer's Hawk. And honestly, they should have attacked with all their 1/1s, because it's just extra damage, right? And the more turns I have, the more chances I have of coming back, so... You know what I could have also done? Last turn, if I would have put that +1/+1 on Krenko, and then this turn put a +1/+1 on Krenko, it would have flipped my Hadana's Climb, and then I could have attacked with Krenko. Not that it would have saved my Skies any, though, huh? Okay, so we do go ahead and play this. Submit. Submit. We do want to flip the Hadana's Climb, right? But we also want to attack with Krenko, so we have some... Although if they attack with their 4 lifelinkers, that's already 4 damage to us. Yeah, we definitely want to flip it. We definitely want to flip it on the Krenko. Here's the thing. If we use it now, Krenko goes up to a 10/12. We swing in. Next turn they have 2, 1, 3 plus 3. That's 6. So I can't actually attack with Krenko, because they'll kill me. Oh man, that's rough. That is so rough. Alright, well, you know what they say. When you can't do anything, don't do anything. Plains. Thank God that didn't deal damage to me. That actually would have been it. Pass to attackers. This is a nail biter. Okay, so we can kill their Twilight Prophet because they aren't thinking straight. Ah. They had to do it to me, huh? Alright, well, let's go here. Pass the blockers. You kill that, you kill that. Still going to be taking some damage here thanks to the Epicure Blood, which is certainly not what we want to be seeing, but it's also not preventable, so... And can we adapt this? I think we can, so there we go. Whew, Flux Chandler. Well, not fantastic. If we swing in with Krenko here... Hell, we might just die next turn. But we gotta try it, right? We have to go for the combo. So Krenko, you do your madness. You create our goblin army. And you smash. Oh my god. Alright, so that's GG. It was a long, hard fought battle, but ultimately Epicure of Blood was our downfall. So yeah, maybe I should have Lightning Strike / shocked the Epicure / Twilight. Although I still feel like it would have been an uphill battle, right? So that is going to be the GG, unfortunately. And we'll still defend it out because we're a man of honor. We'll die with some integrity. Alright, so game 1 didn't go exactly as planned, but we did get the Krenko down. We got to proliferate. And, you know, we met our untimely demise, but that happens here and there and everywhere. So just accept it and move on, as I say. So on to a game 2. Samurai Soup, gonna be our next foe. Rocking the Nicole Bolas avatar, so sure, I'll keep this hand. You know what I said last game, turn 2 Krenko is my cup of tea, so go ahead and shock that in. Play the Grazer, throw down a mountain, and next turn we'll go Karn's Bastion and get that Krenko out, and maybe he'll be able to do a little bit more in this game. Zalfirian Void, cards you don't see very often, so let's go Krenko. Right? Isn't that how the cheer goes? Let's go, and then oh. Well, I guess that's always an alt win con. You just play Krenko and they lose. Alrighty. Well, we'll probably be playing 4 matches today because that one was weak. Ico or Iko gonna be our next foe. Either way. Sure. Seems like a fair hand. Turn 2 Flux Chandler isn't bad, I suppose. Not that we have anything to really do with her, but we will ramp nonetheless. Let's see what this Liliana has for us. A swamp. Cool. Vicious Conquistador. Oh, you know what's better than a turn 3 Flux Chandler, or a turn 2 Flux Chandler? I'm sorry. A turn 2 Krenko. Now, fingers crossed that they don't have any removal. They probably do. No, Diregraph Ghoul. Not exactly removal. They can attack with Vicious Conquistador. We will block it with the Arboreal Grazer. And yeah, fantastic. So I think we just go ahead and get down the Flux Chandler here. Swing in with the Krenko. Now that Krenko has some counters on him, come next turn we can actually Lightning Strike, kill something, build Krenko, attack, you know. Or we can just go Flux Chandler, so when we do use Lightning Strike, Krenko gets double built. I don't know. So we definitely go like this. Don't have a murder, don't have a murder, please, oh please. Oh, Spawn of Mayhem. Ah, we don't have enough to cast double Lightning Strike actually, so that's a bit awkward. Here's the thing. If we go ahead and Lightning Strike their Diregraph Ghoul, our Krenko goes up to a 3/4, and when it attacks it'll be a 4/5, so their Spawn of Mayhem won't actually be able to block it. Yeah. I don't love it, but I think it's better than trying to wait for another land just to double shock the Spawn of Mayhem, right? So now we attack, right? Then it becomes a 4/5. They have 0 mana. We get a whole bunch of Gabos. They don't defend. Yeah. So cool. Cool. And Spawn of Mayhem stays at a 4/4, which we can still defend with a Arboreal Grazer for right now. Only take 1 bit of damage. Dreadhorde Invasion coming down for our foe. Spawn of Mayhem going in. I am going to block with the Arboreal Grazer, so we only take the 1 damage here. And I think we're getting pretty close to some lethal. Hey, there's that next land that I was just saying. I don't know how likely it is that we get it. Let's go with Flux Chandler. We'll wait for the bigger Hydroid Krasis and we'll go all attack. This should bring them, yeah, I was going to say very, very close to death. Or right there at it. I forget they had a Spawn of Mayhem and a Dreadhorde Invasion. So, Ico, game 3, killing themselves. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Alrighty, well, it is 3 games. Game 2 was like, right? And we got down to Krenko and we won. That was it. Game 1 was a bit depressing. I feel like we were almost there. We were almost on the verge of victory. And Game 3, we managed to pick up the victory. But, you know, y'all saw I have a whole lot of decks to do, so can't spend too much time on any one of them, or I won't be able to get all of them done. So, thanks everybody for watching. Again, be sure to go check out J. Cole over on Twitch, as well as on YouTube. I'll leave links down in the description. So, yeah, until either later tonight or tomorrow, peace.